India's numero uno, the top player, Koneru Humpy, is here playing for the Upgrad Mumbai Masters, and her opponent, Kateryna Lagno, is playing here against her from the PBG Alaskan Knights. It promises to be an amazing encounter between two of the finest female players in the world of chess. Kateryna Lagno has the white pieces and she is multiple times world rapid and blitz champion, while Koneru Humpy, one of the best in Indian chess and also the current world rapid champion. E4 opened by Kateryna Lagno and G6 by Humpy. D4 played and the bishop comes out to G7. Humpy trying to play the modern opening, which is quite risky, one must say, because it doesn't control the center, but on the other hand it does give black good winning chances with complex positions being created. Kateryna goes for bishop e3, pawn to a6 with the idea of pushing with b5, pawn to h4, starting the play on the king side. Knight comes out to f6 and now h5 already will come. Much better was to stop it with h5, but she went h4, knight f6, h5, knight takes pawn, and Kateryna sacrifices her rook. Wow, takes, queen takes h5. White is already better, and I think putting a lot of pressure on the black position. Pawn to e6 played, and now e5 pushing forward. Pawn to d5. And now how does white continue in this position? Long castle played here by Kateryna, and you can see that white's plan is very simple. Knight c6 by Humpy, f4, g4, knight f3, knight g5, just go all in. Knight h3 is played, and she's planning to go to g5, but knight goes to e7. Now knight to g5, threatening a checkmate here. Knight comes out to g6. Humpy is fighting, but her position is really bad. f4, and bishop comes to d7. Now can we go g4 even and try to play f5? She goes bishop d3, which is the best move. Bishop b5 played, and you can take with the knight here. You need your bishop, but the strongest move is f5. And she finds it. What a beautiful game. Beautiful play by Kateryna. Bishop takes d3, and now f takes e6 is the winning move, because now this is winning, but she goes wrong. She takes it with the pawn. This is perhaps the worst move in the position. Rook d3 would have been even better, but cd3, and now Humpy is doing fine. She's doing really well in this position. One of the things that Kateryna had to calculate was that fe6, bishop f5, and then knight f7, forks, attacks the bishop. It was not so difficult for her, but after cd3, ef, e6, queen d6 found by Humpy, e takes f7 taken, the position has suddenly become equal. King to d7, and queen h3, the knight comes back to e7, and now it's black who's the one in the offensive here. Black's position very, very cool. And now pawn to g4 played. If fg, I take with the queen, attacking and giving a check. She goes f4, bishop comes back to d2, and Koneru goes h6. White's position now getting worse and worse. Rook can come to f8 and chop off this pawn. That's exactly what Humpy does. She's now winning the game, and that's a huge turnaround after what happened in the opening. g5 played, and king d8 quickly moved away. Rook jumps into e6, queen to d7, and now takes the pawn Very important to play bishop f6 or knight g8 to take advantage of this pin, but rook f6, a huge mistake by Humpy, allowing Kateryna Lagno to take on g7, and after rook h3 play rook f6 and mate and g8. It's like insane. She takes it, she's winning once again. Rook h3, and now very important to take here, because if queen g4 there's check and knight e5, but she blunders. She takes on e7 and queen g4 instantly played by Humpy, stopping the pawn from queening. I think Kateryna just missed this. Oh, and now if you take stock of this, the g pawn is going nowhere. Knight takes d5 played, and Humpy is winning in many different ways. She can first pick up the knight here, but she can also start with a check because the rook is hanging. So check, bishop c3, and rook takes f3 played. King comes up to c2 and check, king b3, and the rook comes in to stop the pawn. The knight takes pawn, and now Humpy takes the rook. If you take knight g2, rook g2, and the g pawn is lost, and Kateryna Lagno resigns. Humpy scores a thumping win here, a very important win for her team. She was utterly lost out of the opening, and then that brief turnaround for a moment. What a game this was.